ecosystems play an important role in climate change mitigation. They are some of the most productive ecosystems on Earth and are estimated to store up to 30% of global soil carbon despite their small surface area. However, wetland disturbance and drainage is widespread in Australia due to agricultural land use and may have major consequences on the carbon cycle of these systems. So I decided to investigate the carbon dynamics of a heavily modified floodplain wetland and set out to close the carbon budget by accounting for all sources of carbon. So here we are on the Tweed Valley floodplain. All this area was originally coastal wetlands or floodplains that joined to the estuary, the Tweed River estuary, and however now it's been under sugarcane production for about the last 40 or 50 years. The whole area has been drained quite extensively, but I'm interested in how the carbon dynamics have changed over this time, how this now modified wetland may be producing possibly heaps of carbon dioxide emissions in the form of carbon dioxide and methane, and how much carbon is being taken up by the new plantation, which is now sugarcane. So my research is centred on quantifying the carbon balance of a coastal floodplain that has been modified for sugarcane plantation. This means that I look into the various pathways of carbon movement through the ecosystem, both on the land and in the water, and integrate the findings to determine the net balance of carbon. So there are a lot of questions still surrounding the role floodplain ecosystems have in the global carbon cycle. In regards to climate change, they can be regarded as carbon sinks or sources. Floodplains can be high producers of carbon dioxide and methane emissions, which are significant greenhouse gases, and I want to know if these emissions offset the carbon uptake. Deploying this chamber under the drain, under the water in one of these drains, and it will capture any gas bubbles that come out from the sediment or accumulate in the top here. So I'm just deploying one now. So this tower here is called an eddy covariance flux tower, and it is essentially a really sophisticated weather station. It measures carbon dioxide fluxes from the land and it mixing in the atmosphere. And so to do that, it's got instruments that measure 20 times a second to be able to capture the speed at which these emissions happen at from the sugarcane. So what I'm trying to get in the end for my data is whether this system is emitting more carbon dioxide or whether it's uptaking more carbon dioxide, and seeing what the difference is to determine if it's a source of greenhouse gases or a sink.